Hey guys, ASW Drums here, and in this video we're going to be implementing the rudiments inside of drumset. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. In previous videos we talked about some of the different variations of each rudiment, such as the paradiddle, flam, and drag, and talking about how we could implement them into something practical. And now we're going to actually implement them into something you can practically use inside songs or different pieces of music, which is the drum set. So I'm going to show you a couple patterns using paradiddles, flams, and drags inside of drum set. So we'll start off with the paradiddle. We already know our regular paradiddle, and you don't need a different variation to just play a different groove, and then we'll also move on to fills later, but just putting a paradiddle and including accents on emphasizing the accents on different notes will get it to have a more groove feel, if you know what I mean. So you just play your paradiddle, but there's an accent on a note, you can listen to it, but make sure, if you don't have a drum set, you don't have to entirely watch this video, but I strongly encourage you to. But moving on. Let's just break that down. You hear our regular paradiddle, but an accent on that one note. And then paradiddle, and then left hand paradiddle, but emphasizing that one note. You can also throw in a couple of bell hits in there. But then you could have to add the both foots. So just starting it off simple, we have just bass and hi-hat. Nothing too complicated, just starting off pretty easy. So let's just start with the bass. On beat 1, you just do a bass hit, along with the bell hit if you're going that far. And you're still having that emphasis on the left hand. Once you have that down, you can move on to the hi-hat. And so if you want to add anything else, like just a couple more hits on the right hand or something like that, you can go ahead, but you can also try different variations of the paradiddle like we talked in last video, like the double paradiddle, which gives a more swing feel, which you can use in different styles of jazz, but I think we talked about that in a previous video, so you can go back and watch those as well. You can also do variations with the right hand. It's all up to you. As long as it feels good, then you should be able to play it, and if you practice it, and if it sounds correct, you should be able to vary on the paradiddles. And so, moving on to the flams. I don't have many variations of the flams in a groove, but I do have it in a couple of fills. These go along with jazz styles, like just as a fill in general. In a Wonderful World, there's a couple of fills that get you started, like 1, 2, 3. Which I've played in a couple of different bands, but just the fills in general should be open in jazz styles. That's just a generic one to get you started in like a ballad or anything else. They should be like open, like I said, but in other styles like grooves, they should be a little bit tighter together. So moving on to drags. They don't have large implications inside of drum set. They are mostly used in concert styles, so that's all I have for drags inside of this. So just as a review, you can use different rudiments, and it doesn't have to be the basic 3 that I've been talking about for the past few weeks, but you can, as you can see on the rudiment board, we can add Swiss Army triplets, different types of the rolls. It doesn't really matter what you play, as long as it can groove and you can figure out how to play it, you should be able to implicate it into different pieces of music. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, liking, or commenting any questions below. That helps me get out better videos to you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment them down below. If you want to ask me for any video ideas or variations like I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, make sure to comment those. The reason I did not post last week, because I was at Allstate clinic because I made second chair at the state level in North Carolina. So that's just a heads up. And so, like I say, stay groovy.